Sports reporting. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down. You know nothing about sports.
Nuts prod, not the beats.
You know nothing about
My grandmama gave me that chain.
Shout out to one rookie head coach in the NFL that got his chain taken this week.
Allegedly, sir.
Nah, I ain't forget allegedly. This was Mark Colombo. Mark can throw hands. I know.
Yeah, man, he
used to do it on our offensive line. I know.
That came out, man. They got into that argument, him and Joe Judge.
And then allegedly, Jason Garrett watched going.
There was so much stuff on Twitter about the guy McIntyre. I think his name is McIntyre. They was supposedly the first one that put it out there. And I was reading the tweets, and several people were saying, "Oh, nah, this has been debunked. This didn't happen." But then I read a few more tweets. 3 or 4 people say, "Oh, well, it did happen," and some guy said other people that don't know each other are saying it happened. So what's the
right?
I believe it happened because, as Brandon said, it was Mark Colombo, and because Joe Judge. I don't like this dude from the start. He gives off this type of militaristic personality, but soft inside. So it's all for show.
Here's the thing, man. I think it happened, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why it happened. Because of the NFC East, anybody can still win that division. So it was somebody's idea. Okay, let's put a spark in the locker room, get the guys going. Let's have a fight. What more to hype people up?
No, that wasn't it. Supposedly, the head coach who knows nothing was questioning the offensive line play of the Giants, and then brought in the Patriots' former offensive line coach as an advisor. And Mark Colombo didn't like it. He wants to know why Anthony Thomas is struggling. He's a rookie, but whatever.
All right.
And they got into a heated exchange. Probably some words were said, and then somebody got the 1 and 2s. I want 1, I want 1, I want 2, I want 2, I want 1.
And you see, and I agree with that. And Joe Judge, he comes, you were a special teams coordinator in New England. Like, you weren't even a real coach. Mark Colombo's been coaching in this league for a few years now. For a few years, albeit he hasn't been a head coach, he's on his way. He's on his way to becoming a head coach.
Right.
But I mean, he's got that experience, and I feel like maybe Joe Judge is intimidated by dude. First of all,
probably
he's intimidated by him because I mean, this is a guy that's been around some wildly successful offenses in Dallas. So
also Mark Colombo can probably have the respect of his unit, which is the offensive line, and then you got some coach, crapping on them, and then he's sticking up for his guys, and then that could be a problem there.
Okay, man, that's why I said, what better way to spark the team than have a fight? And that could have been Colombo's whole thing. Okay, let me spark some. Let me let my offensive line know. Look, I got y'all back. We definitely going to get this thing going. And I'm thinking to me that's a pretty good plan to hype the team up. going into this week because they technically they can still win a division.
But Mark Colombo got fired.
Right.
Yeah, he lost his job.
Oh man!
And then now it's legal. It could be a legal case.
Hey, look, what B just said, man. Brandon, you just said, you come on, man. You a special teams coach, and now here's the thing. Here's my analogy, B.
Hey, John Harbaugh was a special teams coach.
Remember on Seinfeld with the dermatologist? Yeah, come on now, dermatologist, not a real doctor.
Yeah. Right.
That's what you said.
Pimple Popper MD.
Yeah, Pimple Popper MD.
But and I'm telling you, and I'm thinking that's going to spark that team. Who will the Giants play this week anyway? Let me see.
Oh, they had a bye.
Oh no, they got to buy. They got to buy.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's the perfect time to start the fight. The advisor gets to work with the guys now for a full week without playing a game, but whatever.
Right.
Okay, man. Good point. Now look, along those lines, we had a deep discussion about older generation this morning. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna flip it into the football sense.
Okay.
And I want to get you guys' take on this because I thought about it later on today. We were talking about the older generation. A lot of them don't like change and they're stuck in their ways.
Right.
Do you all think, because a lot of these new young head coaches and young offensive coordinators, and do you think they're changing the game to make the game better? Or do we still have some of these older generation offensive coordinators that say we just want to run the ball? Like, and my case in point is Sean McVay, Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, but you got two old school coaches in Andy Reid and Bill Belichick, who, Bill Belichick, whatever they play offensively one week, they play it, they change it up differently the next week. So if there are like people who have a problem with that, there are two dudes in their 60s who've been around a long time they have Andy Reid has full what's that thing called? What's the offense called? The new offense called now? The college offense.
Spread.
Oh, the spread in RPO.
Yeah, RPO.
Yeah.
He has a full of that in his offense. And New England plays it sometimes too. And then we got another 60-year-old in Pete Carroll. His thing's same too.
Right. I don't think. Well, as young guys are going to be cocky. Sean McVay, he had a lot of success. Offensively, Kyle Shanahan had a lot of success.
That's another one.
On the offensive side of the ball. But the thing is, I especially like with Kyle Shanahan, I think that he was brought up to, have your own thing, but also respect what came before you.
Okay.
His dad, Mike Shanahan, one of the most iconic coaches in NFL coaches,
one of the most cockiest.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't think you do have some that are cocky. Like I think Cliff Kingsbury is kind of
that's
cocky.
Another one. Yeah,
he's more on like the cocky side because he really didn't do anything to get Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm. That's another one.
I would put him in the cocky category.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Arizona Cardinals really don't have any history, but you have a team like Green Bay that the NFL is pretty much built off of, and I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say like Kennedy alluded to, you got successful coaches still in their 60s just because they're not stuck in their ways, so to speak.
That's a good point because I was going to say all the coaches you guys brought up, I think the teams have winning records right now, but does it bode Does it bode well for a young coach like that to be cocky and mix it up really good, or should they take the lead of somebody like your boy Belichick and say, okay, I got a proven system. I've been running for the past 20 years. It's working. I'm not going to change anything.
Well, first of all, cockiness is not going to make or break your coaching. You got to be a good coach. You have to be. Coaching is something that you have to be born with. You can't be. I don't believe you can be taught to be a good coach. I think that's something that that's a quality that you're born with. The ability to lead is a quality that, although you can perfect it over time, or it can get better over time. I believe that that's something that you're born with. You look at coaches that have won Super Bowls. They've all had awesome mentors, great mentors. You can't, you're not, this is, we're talking about football, but this is also a life lesson.
Okay.
You always need somebody smarter than you who's done it before you to show you the path.
Good point.
I don't care how many books you open. I don't care how much money you make. If you're trying to be successful, wildly successful in whatever it is that you're doing, you need that person that you can go to that's been there before.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, B. Wow. That was just one of the things that popped up in my head, man, because we were talking about that older generation thing, because I was saying back when I was young and I was watching these head coaches, and I really started watching football when you would see coaches on the sideline with a suit on.
Yeah.
With like a fedora, a hat on or something now.
You're old.
Right.
Hey, look, wait. Hey, K-Man, speaking of that, whose son is in the pros now? Somebody, Greg Anthony. That's another thing.
Yeah. And Kenyon Martin.
Yeah,
Kenyon Martin.
Yeah. That's nothing that had me thinking about the older generation. And I thought about all that this morning, man. And I just thought it'd be a good topic to get on, because we see a lot of these young coaches, just like I've heard some people say that they open the playbook up and they're spreading the ball around. And I was thinking, I'm like, wow. I said, when I was growing up, I said we didn't really see offenses, really do this. We seen like the zone blocking scheme, they were running the ball, and every now and then they would go for a deep pass.
Well, that's not true. Like, take Don Shula, the ultimate leader in
Dan
win.
Marino, okay, yeah.
In the 70s, he was running with Zonka, and they were just doing power moves. And then Dan Marino, he opened up with Mark Clayton and Mark Duper. So, and then there's a lot of people like that. You just changing with the times.
That's what it is, K-Man. That's what I was going to allude to. With everything, the way that the game is played now, you can't hit a play a certain way. You can't, blindside block anybody. And I know it's making it safe for the game. And just like I say, in my mind, I'm thinking a lot of the older generation stuff is going to fall by the wayside. And then these young coaches like you say, Shanahan, Bieniemy, these guys, and McVay, they're probably going to evolve the game. And I was thinking that at some point, they're going to be older, and then they're going to be considered the old generation. And in my mind, what will the game be by then?
Well, like everything comes full circle at some point. Corduroy's back in now.
It is.
Yeah, we were shopping for Braden the other day, and we're in the store, and they got corduroy out. So
hey, look, the flat top came back.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, point I'm making is just like we're seeing all this high powered offense and stuff.
Yeah.
There's gonna come a time where it's gonna die back down, and you're gonna see teams getting back to trench football.
Well, let me ask you
I like to call it.
Another question. What you just said, you see all these high. Is it good for the game to have offenses like that to run up a lot of points, or?
Well, at the end of the day, you're entertaining. you're doing it for the fans.
Yeah, it's a business, right?
I mean, yeah, like it's your job, in your job, you want to be successful and win, but for the fans, they want to be entertained. So yeah, I mean, it's good, but for diehard franchises like Pittsburgh and Dallas and San Francisco and Vegas, we'll get to them in a second. Vegas, fans are they're gonna be there regardless.
Yeah, because K-Man, like I said, K-Man, you one of the main ones that brought it up, man. It's a business, right? The owners got to make money, right?
Yeah, I mean, all this RPO and more offensive centric offenses started. I think it started in high school, and then in the high schools, and then it moved to college, and now you're seeing it adopted in NFL, and it's just it changes over time. It always evolves. It always. I mean, back in the day, they used to run the wishbone.
Yeah.
They barely did forward passes, and then Air Coryell came out.
Yep.
The only issue I have with the way offenses are done, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the way they officiate the defense. Because I think they always are making it harder for defensive players to, cover, or defensive players to react, to the point that it is becoming like flag football. I've seen some of these pass interference calls. It's like I'm not nowhere near you, but if the wide receiver throws up his hands, the referee will be like, okay, yeah, he did. No, I don't want a review on every call, but
I know, right?
But you're hurting defenses.
And then you got the flip side of that. you got some receivers being tackled, and they're not calling anything.
Yeah.
So look, that's a whole nother topic about the referee and official calling this season. Oh boy,
this is the worst that it's ever been.
Just like you said, K-Man, you said the wide receiver gets bumped, he throws his hands up. Isn't that considered like a flop in the NBA?
Yeah,
you know what?
Almost is.
Should we find wide receivers that do that, like they do in the NBA, a flop?
They all do it though.
Yeah, it's I don't know,
but because I know we've all seen where when they do a review or instant replay, but that wasn't pass interference. You barely touched him.
I know, but sometimes they got this rule where it stands on the field, so you can't review it, and it comes in critical moments, and it's just it's awful.
They got some plays that's unreviewable.
Like, yeah, okay. And that's stupid. They got to get rid of that dead ball stuff. If somebody, if the quarterback, fumbles the ball, or if he's in the grasp of somebody, and you got a receiver that coming across the middle, he catches the ball, then drops it really fast, and then defense picks it up. Let him go and review it.
Yes.
Don't, just because you blew a whistle doesn't mean anything. It's the play happened. Review it.
That cost Jacksonville an appearance in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yep. Man, that was good. Oh man, you're right. All right, B. You said you brought about the Raiders, man. What you got on the Raiders?
I just got a question. Like,
America.
What are y'all doing? Are they even going to have a defense to put up against the Chiefs this Sunday?
I don't know.
No.
Like, they have been by far the worst at managing COVID in the NFL. Well, I don't even know where to start. Like,
oh, you start at the top, sir.
What? Yeah, but for all intents and purposes, I mean,
no, not him. you know who's really at the top.
Yeah,
right. I'm dumbfounded by the whole thing. I mean, y'all have gotten fined You have gotten a draft pick taken away because of your incompetence with all of this. And now, like, majority of your starting defense is on the COVID list. Like a couple weeks after your whole starting offensive line was on the COVID list. What are y'all doing?
The only thing I can say about that be, it gives other players from the practice squad to earn a little more money and get recognized. Because you notice a lot of teams have been doing that. They've been saying, "Oh yeah, he came up from the practice squad. This guy came up from the practice squad."
You say get recognized. What, for having COVID?
No,
At the rate they're going to get it.
oh yeah, you know what?
I don't know what they got. I don't know what they got going on, but you know, if I'm a player there, you know, second string, third string practice squad or whatever, I'm furious right now. I'm borderline scared.
Yeah, you come up from the practice squad and get COVID.
There's no accountability.
Oh, no. I think there is accountability. I believe, this is my theory. This is just me. But the individual who I spoke of, who's actually running the show, doesn't believe in COVID. And he has demonstrated certain things since he has taken over that job, that he aligns himself in something we talked about last week.
Yeah, how many times he got fined, K-Man?
I don't know. And then also, here's another thing about the fine. That's a broke franchise. One of the reasons they moved to Vegas is because they were not making money in Oakland. Right. They don't have cash on hand like this. And then it's hilarious that the first season they move into their new stadium that's supposed to generate cash for them, it's a pandemic and no one's there. So that's hilarious. The only reason they're in that stadium is because the state of Nevada and the city of Las Vegas gave them $2 billion to move and build a stadium because, once again, they're broke. But this is the same individual who I'm speaking of, who, when he came back, didn't want to sign Colin Kaepernick, but he signed Nathan Peterman. And he said, "Oh, Colin wasn't good." Yet you signed a dude who threw 5 interceptions in 3 quarters. He's slightly doing certain things. He's the same person that brought in Richie Incognito, who was out of football that nobody wanted to touch.
Nobody.
Yep. So I'm not shocked that it's running rampant in that organization. I am not shocked by that whatsoever.
I'm not, man, because the games when I see him on the sideline, I didn't see a mask, and it's like he knows he's going to get fined. He knows it.
Maybe he's not the one paying him. Maybe he's not the one paying those fines.
And he's not, and because he has that 10-year, $100 million contract, that gives him this ego, and it gives him this sense that I can do whatever I want, because if you fire me, well, I'm getting all my money because coaches' contracts are guaranteed. But in the long run, as we stated early on in the season, we don't know the long-term effects of this stuff. You are endangering these men's lives. Not only these men, but other people in the facility.
Their families and everything, man.
The doctors, the people who cook the food. Yeah, their families. I mean, this is just rampant stupidity.
And look,
is he also team president?
Probably.
I think he is. I know he's the GM, right?
Yeah, because Mayock is the GM, but Mike Mayock. But like it's like he's GM by title only, because you've heard zero from him.
Mike Mayock,
he has no voice in that organization.
Mike Mayock is only there to help with the draft. That is his.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
He's never had a GM title.
Nope. Right? Yeah. And look, speaking of COVID, I just realized the NFC East. Who picked the Eagles? Was that you, K-Man?
Yep, that was me.
They just put 5 people on the COVID list.
Yeah. I mean, it's ramping back up. I mean, people are hoarding, are hitting Costco and Sam's Club and
Yeah,
BJ's,
man.
and they are taking water and paper towels and toilet paper. It is March all over again.
We went to, was it Saturday? It was Saturday or Sunday. We went to a Walmart over here in VA where I'm at. Unbelievable. No paper towel. I saw like 2 things of Scott toilet tissue. They never have hand sanitizer. None of that stuff. Lysol is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only I just came from the store before we got on. The only tissue you're gonna find on the shelves right now is the kind that you better double and triple and quadruple up because your fingers going through, bro.
Look, hey, this what you'll find. I bet you will find a ton of Kleenex. Go out. You'll see a ton of Kleenex.
Yeah.
And then like I said, you go ahead, Kay.
You should have seen, but I saw this coming. I think most people saw this coming when around June and July, when the stores start, acting normal. I said, well, Dr. Fauci already said it's going to come back worse, probably worse in the fall and the winter. So, I loaded up on stuff,
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in other closets.
Yeah. So for those people who are like, oh, everything's back to normal,
yeah, right.
I'm gonna be Nino Brown out this place.
we got gloves. We got all kind of gloves. We got black gloves, man. We got the green gloves. We got the white clear gloves.
About to get my Rayful Edmond on.
Look, I looked in my car today, man. I think Michelle put up. I want to say on the driver's one of them doors, man, in the car. Like we had about 10 masks in that. I'm like, yeah, no. And then I lift up the center console. I had like 4 more right there.
Hey man, y'all need some all natural hand sanitizer. I'll let my girl. IndulgenceBodyTreats.com.
Say that again, sir. I didn't hear you louder.
That's Indulgence, INDULGENCE BodyTreats.com. Get yours today.
Ping.
That portion of the
was brought to you by.
Sponsored portion was brought to you by Weak Toilet Tissue. Pad it up, or your middle finger's going through.
All right, man. Look, so this past week 10, man. What team or what player or what play?
About the NBA.
Oh, y'all want to go that route? The draft.
Oh, yeah. And
maybe for a minute or two. I just want to get y'all. I just want to get y'all's opinion on.
I thought we also going to talk about the ACL or.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to get. Excuse me. I wanted to get y'all's opinion on the trades, the major trades that have happened. It's only been like 3.
There's been 3.
Major. Well, involving major franchises.
Yeah, Tito. What's his name? Oh, Al Horford.
Horford got shipped out. As y'all know, Drew Holiday got shipped out. The Lakers got Schroeder.
In Philly.
Bogdan Bogdanovic. We thought he was going to Milwaukee. Giannis thought he had him, but apparently that was a really early or a really late April Fool's joke.
Because, that didn't even pan out.
Yeah, and now the NBA is investigating that trade that transaction. So, I didn't know that. Well, maybe he had it in his contract. I didn't know that players I didn't know they had a say in where they could go.
I thought you had to be in. I thought you had to be in a league a certain amount of time, and then also make a bunch of those all NBA so you can have like a no trade clause or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, K-Man. And I think it has to do how long you've been in the league before you can have that option added into your contract.
Yeah, and the thing about the thing in Bogdan's case is he ain't done any of that. So that's why I'm thinking that.
Yeah,
that's why I'm thinking that maybe his agent had it put in his contract that he had to sign off on whatever team he was he was to get traded to if that came up.
Yeah.
What team was he on before?
Bogdanovich?
I can't remember.
Well, there's two. There's two Bogdanoviches
Yeah.
in the NBA. One of them's in Indiana.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about the one in Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the one in Sacramento came in with Sacramento, I want to say.
Okay. So Sacramento made the deal. I mean, I know they got a new GM who used to work in the Rockets front office, but the Sacramento Kings have been notoriously bad at doing deals and trades for about 15 years now. So I wouldn't
say at least 10K, man.
Yeah, trades, and like you said, deals like free agent signings.
That's a horrible franchise. I mean, to the point that I think I remember a story that the owner of the team, first Indian American team, got mad at the coaches and then said, "Hey, I want y'all to play better, like my child's my child's grade school team that he coaches." I was like, "Sir, are we doing this?"
My thing is, man, what stood out to me was the Drew Holiday joint and the Dennis Schroeder joint. And I was looking, I'm like, what can Schroeder bring to the Lakers that Rajon Rondo doesn't have?
One thing in particular.
Younger.
He's younger, and dude is a bona fide scorer.
Yeah, I get it. He stays healthy. Yeah.
He's a scorer.
He's a scorer. Yes, he's a scorer.
He has a point guard size, but he's a scorer first.
Not a shooter.
He has a 2-guard skill set. But he shot 38% from three.
Yeah, I was going to say that, and it seems like he can drive to the hole pretty good.
Yeah, and he can distribute low key.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, as far as the Drew Holiday trade, they gave up 3 number 1 draft picks for Drew Holiday.
That I liked.
Yeah, I think I just heard the Bucks pass gas.
That I like, because when I heard when I saw that deal and I saw what my Pelicans got, because at first I was pissed off. I'm like, man, why they getting rid of Drew? Oh, we getting 3? Oh, okay. Huh.
Bruh,
I said, let me be quiet.
I like Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do. I like him.
I do too.
He's a nice dude, but he ain't worth 3 picks.
No.
And then they just inflated the market like no one's business. Also, I want to thank you because James Harden wants to go somewhere, and if Drew Holiday is worth 3 picks, James Harden is worth 10.
I was going to say at least 4, man.
Well, look at what the Clippers gave up for PG.
Like a lot of these dudes do, following LeBron.
And to your point, it came, man, because after he turned that down, that's what everyone in the media kept focusing on. Oh, he wants a ring. He's, like you said, he's ring chasing. And somebody said that, is it unfair for players to do that? They were talking about how all these great players are going to teams that are on the coast, right? There's maybe one great player that's in the center of the country, Giannis. Who else, like in Indiana, Cleveland, Oklahoma, my Pelicans, Denver, Utah, and with KD coming out and Kyrie over there in Brooklyn, isn't Westbrook going to Brooklyn too?
No.
I want to see.
Westbrook is sitting in a rocking chair Watching his hair fall out. That's all he's doing.
If he goes to Brooklyn, it'll just be to visit. I mean, he got family there. I mean,
Katie's not having that.
But they were saying that a lot of these great championship teams, with the exception of LeBron winning in Cleveland at one time and in Jordan in the recent years, the majority of the championships have been on the coast.
Well, the Jordan thing, it's Chicago. Chicago is the third biggest media market in the country.
True.
The main problem is that a lot of these cities in the middle are not major markets. And these guys want major markets. Now, one of the stupidest things that ever happened in the NBA is that you take the Seattle Supersonics and then you move them to Oklahoma City and make them the Thunder. I don't care how loyal those fans are. Seattle is not only a major market, it is an international city.
Yeah, true that, man. Technology.
And you moved it to Tornado Alley?
I know, right?
Right.
And I think the media, well, I heard several people in the media saying something about, the coast because, and they were saying that is it fair for to build a super team, just like Golden State had KD, Curry and Thompson, they won a championship. The Lakers had their championship runs,
There's always been super teams in the NBA though. It's just become a thing over the last since 2011 with LeBron. But yeah, let's talk about the Lakers. Look at the 80s Lakers roster.
Right.
Look at the roster that the Celtics had.
Right. Look, coastal teams.
Look at the roster the Bulls had in 96, 97, and 98.
Right. Even a team like the Seattle Supersonics in the early 90s would be considered a super team today.
Yeah, with Sean Kemp and them, yeah.
Right.
Gary Payton.
The only difference is, like Kennedy alluded to, the only difference is players are orchestrating it now.
Yeah.
As before the front office did.
Yeah, 05 Spurs. No, it was the 03 Spurs.
Yeah, okay, I got you with Tim Duncan and all that. But K, man, you brought up a good point, man. The market. That's a damn good point, K, man. The market.
Yes, the market.
Just like where Giannis is that a good medium market?
No, it's not. And then we talk about super teams. There are a lot of super teams that failed. The 1996 Houston Rockets with Akeem Drexler and Charles Barkley. The Lakers in 04. Oh yeah, 03, 04. Yeah, there's a lot of teams that had people. The Nets in was it 03? They had Jason Kidd and Vince Carter and
Richard Jefferson.
And they sucked.
Got swept.
Yeah. All right. Well, since we're on super teams, let's pivot towards the Golden State Warriors because they were like a super team. They had those three great players and they won championships. With Klay Thompson going down, how do you? I'm not even gonna go there about getting hurt in practice or whatever he was doing. And Brandon, you brought up a good point where you said you think he happened because he overcompensated. How do you think that team is going to do now with him going down?
Well, I mean, they're probably not going to make the playoffs. Do you understand how tough the West is?
Yeah.
They're probably going to miss the playoffs again. And then here's the thing. The injury news came out before the draft.
Right.
I'm sure ownership had a good idea of what happened.
Right.
We didn't, but ownership they had a great idea of what went down with that quote unquote right leg injury. I'm confused about them taking James Wiseman. Why not take that pick and turn it into a couple of more picks to, maybe get you a couple of guards now. Maybe get you a couple of wing players.
That's what they're gonna need.
James Wiseman, he's a really good prospect, but James Wiseman is not he doesn't help them now.
He's
so
a
maybe
center, right?
Maybe that was a long game pick. I don't know, or maybe they're thinking about flipping him. I don't know, but I'm confused. I'm confused about that. I'm confused about that pick.
When I saw that pick, man, because they say he's a center. So when I saw that pick, I was like, okay, I don't think they really had a really dominant center, but like that. But he's young, and I was like you, B. I was like, why would they pick a center? Then because I heard about the Klay Thompson stuff. After that, they already picked Wiseman.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh man, I'm like, then I was like you, B. I'm like, why would they pick Wiseman knowing Klay Thompson is going to be down?
I heard through the grapevine on Twitter that they could have gotten Zach LaVine with that pick.
Yeah. Well, so to answer your first question, what's going to happen to them? They're finished, but I thought they were finished. I thought they were going to be finished as a contender after the run. That run, even during that run, I was like, once that last year is over, it's finished for them. They're going to be a playoff team. But now what it seems to be is they're finished as being relevant.
Yeah, because I had them like, to your point, Kim, man, I had them like maybe a 6 or a 7 seed.
Like, yeah, someone had them between 6 to 4, but now they're done. And now they're the Wiseman move, because what it is now they're working on trying to get Kelly Oubre. Yeah. That doesn't help them
at all,
because Kelly Oubre doesn't do what Klay does, and you're depending on an overrated point guard and a super try-hard guy. It is done. I think Kerr is going to leave. I think he only stayed because he thought, okay, Klay's going to come back. But now ACL on one leg, Achilles on another leg. He is, unfortunately, it's because ACL injury in basketball is different from how it is in football, baseball, and hockey.
Yeah.
And an Achilles injury is far worse. The only person that came back, I think, no one. Because even Dominique had to change his game because Dominique couldn't jump anymore. Kobe was jacking up shots and barely getting off the ground off his Achilles. That is a devastating injury for the NBA.
And look, they said that he severely tore it.
Yeah.
It was like Brandon said, he was overcompensating. It was simply overcompensating. It's essentially how KD tore his. His leg was hurting, and then it was putting pressure on him. And then what happened? The game that he played, tore his Achilles. And that's why the Brooklyn thing, I laugh at it because people think, oh yeah, KD's no. He ain't gonna be the same dude.
He ain't gonna be the same player.
Nope. He ain't gonna be the same. So your championship aspirations are stupid.
Even like you said, even when you do something to your ACL, MCL, PCL, you probably won't be back at the same.
Nah.
KD's whole game is predicated on him rising above his defender and shooting over him. Mm-hmm. That's his whole thing. That's how he put the dagger in LeBron in the finals. He rolls up over LeBron. I mean, but that I'm interested to see what that vertical is going to look like now.
Unless he studied this whole year, studied Dirk's game and how far Dirk leans back on his jump shot.
Right.
I don't see it.
Dirk had one of the best.
He's too arrogant to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Dirk had one of the best fall-away jumpers, man, I've ever seen.
Oh my God, that thing was, you could not stop that thing.
Here's the thing about his fall-away jumper. It seemed like about 85% of the time the drum was all net, just dropped right in the hoop.
Right. That's like, certain players have like certain iconic shots that you just can't defend. Kareem had the sky hook. Dirk had to fall away.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
There's
okay.
absolutely nothing you can do
Nothing.
about it.
Okay, all right. So this is one topic. Then we're gonna go on to what's that. Hey, look, I don't know if I should bring this topic up to y'all, man, because I know how
Get
y'all
out.
feel.
Bring
Look,
it out. Bring it out.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Luka Doncic's game versus Harden's game.
We talked about it last week.
Because I heard some rumblings, on the net that he might be more marketable than James Harden.
How?
Sir.
Well, there you go. And they were basically saying that he's younger. I think he's like 21, 22.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that, as you did, K-Man, that demographic is really starting to play more towards him because of that.
Yes.
And they say he could be more marketable.
Yes.
People will come to see him play.
The only thing I would see is he's a good guy. He's a great player, but more importantly, he's one of the good guys. He gives special needs children his shoes after games.
Okay.
He takes time out to he takes time out for fans during shoot around.
Mm-hmm.
He signs autographs after the game. He's a good guy.
B, you just proved my point. He's marketable.
Right, but all right. Well, I give you that, but when your game is not original, you just
Hey,
we talked about it last week.
I will say this. Larry Bird didn't hang out with kids. He wasn't messing with them and shoot around, but he was marketed. So it ain't the likable thing. It's you being a certain level good, and then the media pushing you to a higher level and focusing on you for a certain reason. That it's the same. It's the same thing. While a lot of NBA players from 2014 to 2019 did not like Steph Curry for a certain reason, and then a lot of people brought it up. There's a certain reason for it.
Wow. Okay.
So
because Dwayne Wade got a good looking family and kids. LeBron James got a good looking family and kids. All right.
But you brought
LeBron James' mama go to all the games. I'm just saying.
So
you brought the point being marketable, K-Man. That's what you said in the media and the market they're in.
Yeah.
So they're what it is they're desperate to have a superstar that looks like them.
It's always, since Larry Bird left, it's always been. I remember in a 30 for 30, there was a 30 for 30 for Reggie Miller. And there was some guy in Indiana. I think he used to be the UCLA head coach, and he was like an Indiana legend. And Indiana had like a top pick, and he was like, "Oh, they're gonna pick him," and they didn't pick him. They picked Reggie Miller, and a lot of people got mad. The reason why the Indiana Pacers picked Reggie Miller is because they wanted to win. People wanted to make him look. Jimmer Fredette. The dude with the porn mustache.
Adam Morrison.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Comiskey. What's the other one that was on his teammate? Decker. It's been a line of them. There's been a line. Darko Milicic. Pretty much anybody who comes out of Duke. Just
right.
So it's been remember they tried to do it with Christian Laettner.
They did. That's what I was gonna say.
What worked in college does not work in the NBA. But prime. I'm gonna leave it at this. Prime example. 1992 Dream Team. Look at the 1992 Dream Team versus the 96 Dream Team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stockton should have been there over Isaiah. Dominique didn't make the team.
Yeah.
Shaq didn't make the. Come on now. Come on now.
I can't. Look, I don't have no comeback for that one, man. I'm thinking I don't get no comeback for that one. All right, man. Look, let me tell you, man. What stood out for me, man, this past week was my boy Drew Brees collapsed along, cracked ribs on both sides, and he still led 2 drives. He might get the Iron Man Award of the century. That's what stood out to me, man. What y'all got? There you go. Look, I was waiting for one of y'all to say it.
Hey, I told you I'm not saying
man. Hey, for
That's
1
the
week,
play of the season, B.
For 1 week, I got nothing bad to say about Kyler Murray. Kid, balls to the wall, just balled out. I could say that he's got the league's best receiver, league's best jump ball receiver, best receiver in the end zone, jumping over 3 dudes. But somebody got to make that throw, and he made it. He eluded pressure and made the throw. Shout out to Kyler Murray. Yeah. I was skeptical. I was skeptical about him coming out of school because you don't see somebody that small succeeding. But dude got the juice, man.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray got the juice, dude.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What you got, K-Man?
What stood out to me is follow the same pattern. It's not just a player; it's the game itself. The game was kind of, but I swear that final quarter and a half, that was a really good football game.
Yeah, it surprised me.
And as much as I've been a critic of Kyler Murray, I have been a way bigger critic for one Josh Allen. And I mean, he literally threw the game winner, and then Kyler came back and did that. So hey,
yeah, man. I think that game might go down as one of the all-time quarterback duels right there, man.
Young quarterback duels.
Yeah,
it literally came down to the last play of the game.
Yeah,
but that's what's so maddening about Josh Allen. He'll give you that for 1 or 2 weeks. He'll give you that. He'll give you that MVP level performance, and then for 3 weeks, he falls off a cliff. That's what's so maddening. But shout out to him, man. And also real quick, also shout out to Stephon Diggs. He who doesn't get talked about enough.
No.
In the upper echelon of wide receivers in the NFL.
Yeah, I think he's leading the league in receiving, right? I think he is. He got like almost 800 yards or something like that.
Yeah, he's almost 1,000 yards. Yeah.
Man, that was a good game. All right, bro. So let's go into these picks, man, because the game already started. I think it started. Who you got, B? Cardinals or the Seahawks? This one, like, I'm gonna go check this one out.
I'll take the Cardinals.
Now you're on the Kyler Murray bandwagon.
No, it's not necessarily that. Is they have an offense to keep up with Seattle, and I like their defense better than Seattle.
All right, I got you. Who you got, K-Man?
I don't like the Cardinals defense because it's coached by one Vance Joseph, but I am taking the Cardinals to win because Russell Wilson is trying to do too much because his defense is trash right now. So, and the Cardinals are playing better as playing more complimentary football.
All right, I agree with you on that one, man. All right, K-Man, Steelers at the Jaguars. This should be a no-brainer right here, man.
I have the Steelers winning, but I don't have them covering.
That might be true. I might give you that one. Okay. Who you got?
And I'm not even a betting guy.
The Steelers taking their first L this week.
You take it. You joking?
I'm not joking. Give me the Jaguars.
What?
Give me Jaguars.
You okay?
I wanted to pick them last week, but I didn't. Give me the Jaguars.
The Lions at the Panthers. B, who you got?
God.
I don't think Teddy playing.
Yeah, he probably won't. I'll take the Lions.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Who you got, K man?
Is McCaffrey playing?
I don't think so. Nah.
Oh, yeah. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I feel bad for the Panthers. All right, K man. Patriots at the Texans, man.
Oof. Give me the Texans.
Oh, you had to think about that one, huh, K man?
Yeah, I did. I really had to.
All right, B, who you got?
On a time, this was a foregone conclusion. But now, gosh.
Yeah, you think about it too, B.
Because the Patriots weren't impressive Sunday night. Give me the Texans. I don't.
Yeah.
Give me the Texans.
One reason I'm picking the Texans is Cam is showing a lot of false confidence, and I'm just like, y'all didn't play that well. Y'all going down to Houston. Give me the Texans.
And
y'all basically won because of a trick play.
Yeah. And
that was the difference of the game.
Y'all heard what Cam said. Cam said after he came back from the COVID list, he felt like he was slowing behind the offense. But
yeah.
So why did he stink last year?
His shoulder.
The year before that.
His shoulder hurt.
Oh, okay.
All right, B. Titans at the Ravens, B. Yeah, buddy. This is gonna be a good game here.
The Ravens don't lose back to back a lot. I'll take the Ravens.
Oh. All right, K man, who you got? Dang, this like the first week y'all been stumped on like these games. Man. Everybody just looking like.
But the Titans don't lose back to back either.
But the Ravens remember what they did to them last year in the playoffs.
That's why I'm leaning towards the Ravens. They want payback.
The game's in B-more.
To start people thinking that you are a legit contender, you have to avenge this game. You have to send a message to the team that beat you. So I'm going with Dookie and the Ravens.
Wow. All right, K-Man. Eagles at the Browns.
The Browns. See,
yeah,
that didn't take that long.
Yeah, that one didn't take that long. That's a no-brainer. Who you got, B?
The Browns.
Yeah. That ain't taking long at all, that man. I'm telling you, I really think the Browns are going to shock people. I really do, man, for some reason.
I think they're a year early, but okay.
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah, I think they're a year away.
I didn't think they would start off this well with Stefanski.
All right. All right,
he's a rookie head coach. So.
True. I give you that one. All right, B. Falcons at the Saints. No Drew Brees this week.
Shit, it won't matter. Give me the Saints.
Yeah. Who you got, K-Man?
Give me Jameis, crab legs, and the Saints.
Man. Like on Twitter, Drew Brees posted on Twitter showing Jameis Winston throwing like a 50, 55, 60-yard bomb. I don't know who caught the ball. And then
probably the other team.
He was like, he was like, good God, I can't wait to see this on Sunday. I'm like, what? Okay. They hyping him up too much.
Here's the thing about Jameis. Coming out, they said his football IQ was on par with Peyton Manning, who's probably one of the smartest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Jameis's problem was he never had real coaching. First coach was Lovie Smith, players coach. Then they fired Lovie Smith for Dirk Cutter Dirk Cutter is not a head coach in this league. And then you get Whiskey Tango over there, and he didn't even want him at all. He needs real coaching. If Sean Payton is a real coach, so I don't know.
That's what everybody keeps saying. But K-Man, you sound like, man, when you said that when he came out, his IQ was on the level of Peyton Manning. You was getting ready to go into my Maury Povich mode. He said we got the results of the lie detector. When he says that he's on the level of Peyton Manning, that's a lie. No. All right, K-Man. Bengals at the football team.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, we all made that mistake last week.
No, we all didn't.
Okay. I think they shot themselves in the foot because one, they playing a division opponent, and then two, they're not there, but they thought maybe it's a measuring stick game. They're playing a team who can't match up with them, like on certain positions, like quarterback, running back, wide receiver, offensive line. Yeah, so they're better than the football team.
I got you. All right, B, who you got?
Bengals.
Yeah, man. I think I'm probably gonna pick the Bengals myself. All right, B. Jets at the Chargers.
The Jets.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Win, baby, win. Y'all gonna
right.
figure it out sooner or later. I picked the Jaguars and the Jets. Is that telling y'all something?
Yeah, I know.
That is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who you got, K-Man?
I got the freshly buzz-cutted Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
That's who I'm thinking gonna pull this out, man. For some reason. All right, K-Man. Oh man, you the Dolphins at the Broncos.
Miami Dolphins.
What?
Move along, sir. Let's move along, sir. Let's move along.
There's nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here at all.
Who you got, B?
Okay, Brandon just disappeared into the Matrix. Like,
where'd he go?
What happened?
He just disappeared.
For real?
It's the background, really. Man.
Oh. Give me the Dolphins.
Doing Houdini stuff. All right, B. Oh man, the Vikings been on the road. B, who you got? Cowboys or the Vikings?
Vikings.
Yeah, man. I think they done won 4 out of their last 5. I think.
And they're just a better team. And I'm scared to death of Dalvin Cook. For a team that is as bad against the run as we are.
Yeah, man. He been. I don't know what's gotten into him.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what got into him. Their offensive coordinator is Gary Kubiak, and Gary Kubiak is just running up the same plays he used to call for Terrell Davis.
That's what I was going to say.
That's all he did. He's like, I'm just doing this to save Cousins, and so yeah.
So you got the Vikings too, K-Man?
Oh, of course I got the Vikings. Dalvin Cook is reminding me of another Vikings quarterback in 2012 who won the MVP and won AP. Yep. And Adrian Peterson.
Give you that one. Yeah. Okay. All right, K-Man. Packers at the Colts. You going with the State Farm guy?
No, I'm going with the Colts.
What? Old Man River?
Have you seen the Packers play?
Yeah.
They're not a well-balanced team. They're not playing really, really well. The Colts, on the other hand, are a solid team, both offensively and defensively. Give me the Colts. And they playing at home.
Yeah, true. Who you got, B?
Packers.
Here you go. Somebody been watching the commercials.
No, and to be honest with you, I have no rhyme or reason for picking the Packers. I've just been wrong a lot this year, so just give me the Packers.
Dude, I only won 6 games last week, dude. Come on.
Oh, wait. Hold on, B. So you doing, if everything you did was right, so the opposite, everything you did was wrong, so the opposite must be right.
Exactly.
Was
All right, B. Who you got? The Chiefs or the Raiders? Now, I'm thinking the Chiefs want payback. Who you got, B?
Give me the Chiefs and the points and the spread.
Yeah, man. And I'm pretty sure the Chiefs circle this game on their calendar. Who you got, K, man?
I got the Chiefs. Oh, they want payback.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do to the Raiders. All right, K, man. Monday night game, man. The Rams at the Bucks.
The Rams at the who? Oh, the Bucks. Give me the Rams.
Yeah. And look, everybody been saying the best team in the league. Well, in the NFC is the Bucks since Drew Brees went down. But okay.
No.
See. Are we gonna have to? Are we gonna have to do this again, Kennedy? We need to have an intervention with Sean.
Yeah.
Because I know exactly where he got that from.
I know exactly. I know exactly where he got it from.
I got it because I've heard two people say one of them was Cowherd. Who you got, B?
I like the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Yeah, man.
Brandon said this a couple weeks ago, or maybe like the third week of the season. There are no dominant teams in the NFC.
How can you sit there with a straight face and say the Buccaneers are the top team in the NFC after what happened to them last Sunday? Or 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah, they beat up a team that's emerging. Beating up a lesser opponent does not make you strong. Showing your strength is how you go up against someone equal or better than you. And you got mollywopped in your own house.
Right, in front of everyone on national television.
He literally, the Saints literally walked into your house, slapped you, and then went in your refrigerator and drank your beer. And then told you to go out and go get them some pizza and don't do it with a mask on. And you did it. Now.
That remind me of a story I heard at the barbershop over in Sula, man. This dude used to break into people's house and call other people sitting at the people's house eating cereal. Only in Sulan, but that's what that's what I think. Yeah. We'll see, man. We'll see how it goes with the Bucks and the Rams, man. But it's gonna be an interesting game, I can tell you that. Those last two games, the Sunday night game and the Monday night game, is going to be real interesting.
Yeah.
All right, people.
I wonder what they'll have to say after Monday.
Yeah. I'm definitely waiting for that. All right, man. What y'all got for parting shots?
There's word out that Washington might be keeping their no name. Like legit considering keeping their no name. I like it. Be different. It just
nah, that's not the reason. Every week there's a new story coming out about this man. Now there's a point where his partners want to sue. Look, I'm telling you right now, Jeff Bezos or Lori Jobs is going to buy that team. I'm telling you, they're going to buy that team.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, K, man, the guy Bezos.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like Amazon trying to like put all this stuff in this area anyway.
Yeah, he bought like this big art gallery and turned into in DC and turned into a big old mansion. Old abandoned art gallery, and he turned into a mansion. So yeah, he is firmly he owns the Washington Post. He is firmly rooted in DC.
And they're getting ready to get into pharmaceuticals.
Yeah,
he is drinking. No, man. What you guys' parting shot be?
Well, I mean, I really didn't have like a specific part in the shot, but that just, I kind of like the them keeping the no nameness of that team.
Okay, okay.
And P.S. Biden, Georgia. Stand up ATL.
Mm-hmm. Stand up, Savannah.
Hey, look, man. My parting shot goes out to LeBron James because what he's been able to do, man, with player empowerment. He's affecting multiple sports.
Mm-hmm.
Just like players taking charge of their own careers. Who did their own contract? Who was it did their own contract?
Successfully?
Yeah, somebody just negotiated their own contract. I forgot who it was.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's thanks to LeBron James. So that's what my shout out go to, man.
Yeah.
Because just think of a lot of other players still doing that, man.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Russell Westbrook. You asked for a trade and you thought, oh, people want me, and nobody wants you. I wish I had the audio of Will Smith like, what? They don't want me, man. They don't want me.
Hey, what do y'all think about Chris Paul going to Phoenix?
He's gonna make State Farm commercials with Devin Booker.
Right. It's not going to change anything. People kill me, man. People kill me like in the media. It's like they get paid to hype up moves, and they're all like, look out for Phoenix. Watch out for Phoenix. You got CP3 and Devin Booker and who's the guy? DeAndre Ayton. Dude.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna change.
They went 12-0. They went undefeated in a bubble. Oh, so
do you know who they just became? The new Thunder.
Yeah.
Good enough to get in, but not dangerous enough to do any damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's gonna get traded next year. Because no one's gonna cut him because you don't want all that money on your books.
Right.
So yeah.
Isn't he like the NBA Players Association president or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's good at that job. He's really good at that job.
Right.
Wait a minute. So he's not good at basketball? Playing basketball?
No. Yeah. His commercials stink. The best commercials he ever had were with him and James Harden, plain and simple.
I'm not going to sit up here and slight him as a player. I mean, he's one of the, all-time great point guards. But he just never had the help.
He's also, his body is poorly built because he's always, the NBA is a grind, and once you get to the playoffs, he's always putting up with something with his leg.
Yep.
I get it. All right, fellas. Till next week, America.
Been a real one.
We might have some more shenanigans.
Always.
And look, America. So most of our topics come from us texting during the week.
Yep.
We get into some pretty lengthy textations.
Yes. Not safe for viewing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. But the difference between us and the others, we genuine and we tight.
Mm-hmm.
We legit
100.
tight.
Yeah. I'm not saying something, Brandon's not saying something, and Sean's not saying something, because the producer's in our ears saying, spice it up. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Nah.
No. This is legit. This is legit barbershop talk.
What you hear is what you get, America.
Yep.
The real, the low down, the dirty.
Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah. That's what we're about.
You know nothing. You know nothing podcast. We keep this 100.
Look, based on some of our picks from last week, we know nothing.
Nothing. Good grief.
All right.
Yeah. All right,
In
Pete.
the spirit of that truth and realness that we're known for. Excuse me for what I'm about to go do to this toilet. I'll let y'all next week.
Peace.
All right, man. I'll holler at y'all later.